Hello guys, welcome back to our anime moment. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of Renegade Immortal episode number 605 based on novel. So let's start. Wang Lin didn't immediately try to attempt the rest of the palaces, even though the fastest way to gain the attention of the Grand Empyreans was through the Empyrean Trail. But right now, he still had another thing he needed to do. After pondering for a moment, as the golden light from the four palaces still filled the area, Wang Lin descended toward the ground before the gazes of the surrounding Empyrean exalts. Almost every cultivator's gaze fell on Wang Lin, just like Empyrean exalt Shu Lin before. Even Empyrean exalt Shu Lin's pupils shrank as he stared at Wang Lin. From his view, Wang Lin was different from ordinary cultivators. Other cultivators would still try the next palace even if they knew they had no chance. Then they would know how difficult the next palace was and where their own shortcomings were to help with cultivation. But after Wang Lin broke through fourth palace, he didn't even look at the fifth palace. Others might not have noticed this, but Empyrean exalt Shu Lin did, and he felt a sense of dread toward Wang Lin. Either he knows there is no chance in passing the fifth level, or he knows he can pass the fifth level without even looking. Whether it's the former or the latter. I hope it's the latter. Empyrean exalt Shu Lin silently pondered and his eyes lit up. When Wang Lin landed on the ground, several of the surrounding Empyrean exalt cultivators smiled to congratulate him. Most of them were people Wang Lin had battled during the last 50 years, so they knew each other. There were a few that hadn't met him but wanted to meet him. Wang Lin smiled gently and clasped his hands back at them one by one. Fellow cultivators, I still have important matters to attend to, so I'll leave first. If there is time in the future, I'll come back. Wang Lin turned into a ray of light and flew toward the transfer array he had appeared in. His body turned into fog and he disappeared. Only after he disappeared did the surrounding Empyrean exalts withdraw their gazes. Those that knew each other began to chat. This person obviously didn't try his best. Seeing how easily he passed the first 4 levels, I bet this white-haired Empyrean exalt can at least break through to the 7th level. It shouldn't be, I fought with him 30 years ago. 4 levels should be his limit. It's hard to say. Although 30 years is a short period of time, with a bit of luck, there is a chance for us Empyrean exalts to advance. Let's wait, he should come to the Empyrean trial a second time. Beside the mountain sea and inside a cave, Wang Lin suddenly opened his eyes. There was a flash of light from his eyes. The moment he opened his eyes, the golden exalt sea dragon guarding him revealed a look of joy. It circled Wang Lin and let out intimate hisses. Wang Lin raised his right hand and patted the sea dragon's head. He looked at the restrictions around him. He had deliberately left a time restriction so he could judge how long he was gone. Same as the time spent at the Empyrean trial, there is no change. Wang Lin got up and walked forward. The sea dragon immediately followed. 1 person and 1 dragon appeared outside the cave. At this moment, the moon was hanging high in the sky and soft moonlight was shining on the sea below. The rolling waves gave off a shimmer of silver. The sounds of the waves echoed in Wang Lin's ears and the breeze of the sea landed on his body. His white hair fluttered in the wind and was extremely bright under the moonlight, as if it could reflect the moonlight. Staring at the mountain sea, Wang Lin pondered a bit and then stepped onto its back. The sea dragon roared and flew toward the mountain sea. Empyrean exalt cultivators were only below Grand Empyreans and the 48 Ascendant Empyreans. They could go almost anywhere, and 99% of the sects were under their feet. They were at the top of the Celestial clan. Even those ancient souls could be battled while they were sealed. Just like right now, Wang Lin was going to the mountain sea tree that was sealed here. Before he got the power of an Empyrean exalt, it would have been impossible for him to do this. Empyrean exalt Hai Zi, who could integrate 70 spells into 1 finger, was living here. But Wang Lin could come here? The golden exalt sea dragon was very fast. It didn't stay in the air, but once it entered the mountain sea, it went into the sea. It was originally a sea dragon, so now it was like a fish backwater and moved even faster. It released a series of sharp howls that echoed through the silent night. The Heavenly Bull soul armor can't be used for a long time. Even now, it can only be used for less than half an hour. Empyrean Exalt High Z is very strong, but with my soul armor and rapid spell art, it's impossible for her to beat me. However, I can't beat her in a short period of time. Therefore I need to do this. Wang Lin's eyes lit up and the sea dragon moved even faster toward the depths of the mountain sea. The fluctuations it caused formed a giant vortex in the sea, and its roars echoed through the sea. Countless beasts were shaken by the sea dragon's might and all retreated. None of them dared to get close. It didn't take long. As Wang Lin closed in on the center of the mountain sea, a monstrous wave suddenly appeared ahead. This wave rushed up into the sky, forming a wall of water that prevented the sea dragon from advancing. The sea dragon revealed a ferocious expression and its giant head smashed into the wall of water. Thunderous rumbles echoed as the wall of water collapsed and the sea dragon charged out. The water exploded as if it was boiling. Large tentacles covered in sticky liquid rapidly rose up from water. The tentacles crossed between each other and an island rose up from the sea. It looked like an island, but if you looked closely, you would clearly see that it was a huge octopus beast. A golden exalt aura erupted from this octopus. After the beast appeared, a beautiful woman standing on its head was exposed. She wore a green dress, and although her figure was covered by the dress, what could be seen would make anyone's heart throb. She held a green flute in her hand and her long hair was tied up behind her head. Her bright eyes revealed a breathtaking beauty. There was a 5-colored starfish on her pretty forehead. It was a dot that allowed her beauty to bloom in this world. Wang Lin, what are you doing here again? Although the mountain sea tree spirit is useless to me, I won't let you take it. The woman frowned as she stared at Wang Lin, who was standing on the back of the sea dragon that had broken through the wall of water. The sea dragon roared. It was not directed at the woman, but at the octopus below her. The octopus had a pair of gloomy eyes that also stared at the sea dragon. It was obviously not the first time these overlords of the sea had met, they had fought before. Wang Lin calmly stood on the back of the sea dragon and looked at the beautiful woman as he said, "That mountain sea tree spirit has great use for me. I don't need it all, just a part. It is useless to you and won't affect the mountain sea. Why are you making it difficult for me? Also, it doesn't belong to you, Empyrean Exalt High Z. It was sealed by the celestial ancestor. Just because your cave is here, you think you can occupy this unique item to yourself." Wang Lin had seen this woman's beauty 3 years ago. Her beauty could be considered absolute. In Wang Lin's life, it was rare to see a woman who could match Mu Bingmai in beauty. She was the only one. And this woman was an Empyrean Exalt, so she had a unique temperament. The woman raised her chin as she coldly looked at Wang Lin and pointed at him. "I'm here, so everything in the mountain sea is mine. If you can beat me, then you can take it, but can you do it? You came just 3 years ago and you couldn't even take 3 blows from me. Now it has only been 3 years and you want to try again? Nonsense." With this, the world changed colors and the sea roared as 70 vortexes appeared between her and Wang Lin. Each of the vortexes contained one of her spells. She started with her most powerful move. She obviously wanted to force Wang Lin back with just one move. Wang Lin's expression was calm. The moment the woman raised her jade-like finger, there was a faint flash on his face. The heavenly bull tattoo he had long hidden appeared and soon covered his body. The heavenly bull soul armor appeared once more after more than 50 years. The moment the heavenly bull soul armor took form, Wang Lin's cultivation aura surged. He jumped off the sea dragon and looked at Empyrean Exalt High Z, who was shocked by the appearance of the heavenly bull soul armor. Soul Messenger. Empyrean Exalt High Z's pupils shrank. She could tell that Wang Lin was holding back in their last battle, but she didn't expect him to be a soul messenger, who were even fewer number than Ascendant Empyreans. An Empyrean Exalt but also a soul messenger. However, even so, you can't beat me in a short period of time. All soul armors have a limit. I want to see how long you can last with the soul armor. The beautiful woman immediately grasped the air and waved at the sky. I don't need to beat you, I just need you to stay. Wang Lin's body moved and all 5 of his spell veins rotated rapidly. Suddenly, 97 afterimages of Wang Lin appeared. Along with his original body, it was a total of 98 bodies. Every single afterimage was exactly the same as the original body and very realistic. Stop! 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 The 97 afterimages and the original body all used the same spell, the stop spell. The moment this spell appeared, the world changed colors. The 98 Wang Lins the sky extended their right hands and pointed at the beautiful woman below. With this point, the 97 afterimages fused with Wang Lin's body and a giant shadow appeared in the world. This shadow was a finger that seemed like it could support the heavens and earth. The finger appeared and pointed at Empyrean Exalt High Z. 50 years ago, Wang Lin put on the soul armor and attacked with 98 spells at once. He crushed the Devil Dao sect's old ancestor and forced him to use the life-saving Dao robe Grand Empyrean Dao Yi had given him. Even Grand Empyrean Dao Yi's divine sense had to appear to remove Wang Lin's heaven-shattering blow. Today, Wang Lin had challenged people to battle for the last 50 years and had gained full control over his power. Even without the soul armor, he could beat many Empyrean Exalts. Even if it was the Devil Dao sect's old ancestor, Wang Lin could win without wearing the soul armor. He was already very strong and was completely different from 50 years ago. Now, after putting on the soul armor and using the rapid spell art to fuse 98 spells into one, his power was far stronger than before. Empyrean Exalt High Z's expression suddenly changed and her face was filled with disbelief. This was the first time she had seen Wang Lin use his full power, and those 98 spells caused her heart to tremble. As his finger pointed, everything in the world seemed to stop. The sea breeze stopped, the waves quieted, and the movement of the world paused. This force could make everything stop, and it descended on Empyrean Exalt High Z. When the force descended on her, even her right hand stopped and her origin soul stopped moving. 98 stop spells. Wang Lin's face was pale. This point contained his full power. After 98 stop spells appeared, it went through some hidden change Wang Lin couldn't explain. It was very similar to how the world froze when Grand Empyrean Dao Yi appeared. There is no hatred between us, I don't want to kill you. Wang Lin looked at the frozen Empyrean Exalt High Z and then disappeared into the sea. Back then, his 98 spells couldn't truly fuse into one like an Empyrean Exalt's, and in the end, it was like an army with soldiers but no generals. That's why a Grand Empyrean could destroy it with just one punch. However, right now, without his avatars, he could fuse 9 spells into his body. Then, due to the mysterious compression power of his avatars, he could fuse 36 spells, so it was far more powerful than before. Before, it was a group of scattered soldiers, but now there was General. Although the General wasn't powerful, the power of the spells had increased greatly. After stopping Empyrean Exalt High Z, Wang Lin knew it wouldn't last long. He moved very fast as he charged for the bottom of the sea. Time slowly passed. At the 4th breath, Wang Lin arrived at the deepest part of the sea. The pressure here was enough to crush the body of ordinary cultivators, but it was no problem for Wang Lin's ancient Dao body. Wang Lin suddenly threw a punch at the sea floor. This punch caused the sea to rage and 98 vortexes appeared before Wang Lin and charged at the sea floor. As the thunderous rumbles echoed, the sea floor collapsed and a giant hole appeared. Large amounts of water rushed into it, making the hole look like a black hole. Wang Lin didn't hesitate. He had searched the mountain sea during the last 3 years. He knew how to find the mountain sea tree that was supporting the mountain sea. He rushed into the black hole and disappeared without a trace. At this moment, it was the 6th breath. The octopus was also in the range of the stop spell, so it was motionless. The beautiful woman maintained her previous movement, not even her eyelids could close. The sea dragon was on the side with pride in its eyes. It roared at the octopus in a language only sea beasts like them could understand. Time passed. At the 8th breath, Wang Lin appeared at the bottom of the mountain sea. In this world inside the black hole, there was an extremely large tree. This tree was half the mountain sea, and one could not see where it ended at a glance. The trunk was withered, but the branches grew out to support the mountain sea. In contrast, Wang Lin was so small, he could not be seen. The tree was filled with death aura and layers of seals. In addition, it contained a powerful killing intent, as if this tree had once killed countless beings. Outside the vast, withered trunk, there was a total of 7 clusters of green light around the tree. Each one was only fist-sized and seemed disproportionate to the giant tree. These green clusters were what Wang Lin wanted. These were the mountain sea tree spirits born after the death of the mountain sea tree. These spirits could help a cultivator gain the wood essence. The mountain sea tree originally had a lot of these spirits, but after it died, many had been taken away. Now only these 7 remained. These mountain sea tree spirits were not inside the seal, but floated outside for some reason. It seemed the seal had no effect on these spirits. Now 10 breaths had passed. Without hesitation, Wang Lin moved next to the mountain sea tree and waved his hand. 6 of the 7 mountain sea tree spirit were taken by him, and then he turned to leave. Just as he turned around, Wang Lin suddenly felt a stab of pain in his eyes, and the golden light in his eyes shined out of his control. This sudden change caused Wang Lin to stop. The stabbing pain in his eyes also contained a sense of calling. It was as if there was something in the mountain sea tree calling Wang Lin's eyes. Wang Lin's eyes contained a fragment of the celestial ancestor's sword. This allowed his eyes to contain the suppression power of the sword. He suddenly turned. As the golden light shined from his eyes, he saw a ray of golden light shoot toward him. All of this happened in a flash. When Wang Lin noticed the golden light, he noticed that there was palm-sized, golden fragment in the mountain sea tree. A fragment of the celestial ancestor's sword. Wang Lin's eyes narrowed. The palm-sized golden fragment from the mountain sea tree flew toward Wang Lin. Instead of it calling Wang Lin, it was more like Wang Lin was calling it. However, the seal around the mountain sea tree shined brightly as the fragment tried to leave. Ripples echoed, and in the end, half the fragment pierced out from the seal. The rest of the fragment was still inside the seal and could not fly out. The moment half of it was outside, Wang Lin's eyes shined even more brightly. It was as if a similar fragment in his eyes was about to rush out. How can the mountain sea tree have a fragment of the celestial ancestor's sword? In the last 50 years, Wang Lin had deliberately searched for the items that the old man from the Green Scorpion Temple had injected into his body. After all, if he wanted to master his body, he had to understand the origin of these items. Rumor had it that the celestial ancestor's sword was shattered in the battle against the Green Devil Scorpion by the scorpion's tail. However, Wang Lin had heard no less than 10 of these legends. Almost every continent had a legend stating that the soul sealed in that continent had caused the sword to shatter. Wang Lin had no way to tell which was true and which was false. There was even a legend saying that the sword had shattered by itself after the celestial ancestor disappeared. The fragments scattered across the various continents. These thoughts flashed through Wang Lin's mind and he hesitated. This seal was placed by the celestial ancestor. To take this fragment, it is likely to trigger the power of this seal. From the beginning to now, 15 breaths had passed. Wang Lin decisively backed up a few steps and didn't move with his original body. Instead, his thunder essence true body flew out toward the sword fragment. He charged at it and directly grabbed the fragment. The Green Devil Temple also had a seal, but it wasn't a big problem. However, this seal is somewhat different. However, riches are found in danger, so I'm unwilling to just leave like this. The Thunder Essence true body reached out and grabbed the sword fragment. The moment his right hand grabbed the sword fragment, the sealing force from the mountain sea tree erupted. Ripples appeared where the sword fragment was. The ripples formed a huge face filled with majesty, and a suppression force closed in on Wang Lin's Thunder Essence true body. Discovered non-immortal astral continent soul, seal. An ancient voice echoed under the sea. There is indeed a problem. Wang Lin's eyes lit up. Discovered non-immortal astral continent soul, seal. This ancient voice suddenly echoed in Wang Lin's heart. This voice seemed to come from countless years ago. It was ancient and echoed between the layers of seals. Without hesitation, Wang Lin's original body stepped back as the voice echoed. As he retreated, his five-element true body rushed toward the Thunder Essence true body. At the same time, the giant face that appeared from the layers of seal attempted to devour the Thunder Essence true body. The moment the face appeared, a powerful suction force appeared around the golden sword fragment as if the seal was preventing the fragment from leaving. At this moment, if Wang Lin's Thunder Essence true body let go and retreated, he could escape the devouring face. But if he didn't, then there would be danger. There was a flash of coldness in Wang Lin's eyes. Without hesitation, thunderous rumbles echoed from his Thunder Essence true body and thunder scattered. This thunder contained killing intent. It was the slaughter thunder. The thunder scattered and the rumbles echoed under the sea. The scattered thunder condensed to form a huge thunder arm that pressed down toward the devouring face. The face was already too blurry to see any details. The thunder palm with slaughter thunder pressed down on its face and a thunderous rumble echoed. The face revealed a painful expression. Borrowing this pause, Wang Lin's Thunder Essence true body pulled the sword fragment. Working against the powerful suction force, the sword fragment that was stuck in the face was pulled out an inch. However, 1 inch seemed to be the limit. As the Thunder Essence true body pulled, Wang Lin's five-element true body moved forward and pulled the Thunder Essence true body. The Thunder Essence true body was like bridge for the powerful force from the five-element true body. Thunderous rumbles echoed and the sword fragment was pulled out another inch. Now most of the sword fragment had been pulled out and only 1 inch remained inside the seal. Wang Lin's original body closed in and threw a punch at the face being held back by the thunder palm. An ancient Dao shadow appeared and threw a punch as well. Thunderous rumbles echoed, causing the surrounding sea to churn. The water above formed a powerful vortex and the punch fused with the thunder palm to hold off the face. Wang Lin grabbed the five-element true body and pulled. His original body's power entered the five-element true body, and after fusing with the power of the five-element true body, the force went into the Thunder Essence true body. The Thunder Essence true body pulled the sword fragment and it came out of the face with a bang. After the fragment was pulled out, a powerful force smashed into Wang Lin's two Essence true bodies. The two Essence true bodies crashed into Wang Lin and he was pushed back. However, the powerful force didn't scatter, it smashed into Wang Lin's body. His body trembled and blood flowed out from the corner of his mouth. With his Empyrean Exalt cultivation and ancient Dao body, he was still injured. This just showed how powerful the sea was. However, this was far from over. As Wang Lin was injured and pushed back by the force, the thunder palm holding back the face suddenly collapsed and the thunder scattered. This palm didn't contain much slaughter thunder because if Wang Lin's avatar used too much of it, it would collapse before it could be used. After all, this slaughter thunder contained power even Wang Lin feared. At this moment, the palm collapsed, but the slaughter thunder only scattered and wasn't damaged at all. It returned to Wang Lin's body. Without the palm holding it back, the face roared and charged at Wang Lin. It looked like it wouldn't give up until it devoured Wang Lin, who was a non-immortal astral continent cultivator. It was less than 100 feet from Wang Lin in a flash. No matter how much he retreated, the face covered in layers of restrictions chased closely after him. If one looked at this from another angle, they would see that as Wang Lin retreated, there seemed to be an extending neck coming from the mountain sea tree. The neck connected the face and the seal, and it had extended more than 1,000 feet. It continued to rapidly extend as the face chased Wang Lin. From afar, the face and neck looked like a giant python. Discovered non-immortal astral continent soul, seal. As it chased, the ancient voice echoed once more. It was as if it was filled with a will and a mission. It was filled with an indescribable sense of strangeness. Wang Lin's eyes were bloodshot. Ever since he obtained the battle power of an Empyrean Exalt, he had never encountered such danger in more than 50 years. However, he didn't have too much time. Riches had to be obtained in danger, and since he had made the decision, he wouldn't regret it. While retreating, Wang Lin raised his right hand. He formed a fist and 97 afterimages appeared around him. These 97 afterimages all formed seals and their palms pressed toward the sky. God tremble, Army formation. Demon spell, wind and fire mountain. Devil Tao, life and death reverse. God, demon, devil, ancient Tao, no celestials. Every single shadow said these 4 lines and threw a punch. The 97 afterimages returned to Wang Lin's body and the punch was thrown. Grey ripples spread out toward the devouring face. This was Wang Lin using his full power with the soul armor and holding nothing back. After more than 50 years of challenging people, he hadn't used this move once, but now, facing the seal, he released this attack. The grey ripples collided with the giant face. Cracking sounds echoed like crazy and the face began to petrify rapidly 30 feet away from Wang Lin. Not only the face, but even the thing that was like a neck connected to the seal began to petrify. However, all of this was only temporary. Before it completely petrified and the grey color was still spreading, the part of the face that had been petrified first loosened. It showed signs of recovering. Even ancient Tao, no celestial can't completely destroy it. The sealed face is still rapidly recovering. It will only take a few breaths before it fully recovers. Wang Lin's pupils shrank. If he chose to retreat at this moment, he was 80% confident in escaping through the hole he had blasted and return to the mountain sea. He could even directly fly out of the sea. But Wang Lin was unwilling to just leave. There was a flash of coldness in his eyes. The seal had injured him. Although he was 80% confident in escaping, there was still a 20% chance something would go wrong. Once that happened, and adding the fact that Empyrean Exalt High Z would recover, he could be at a big disadvantage due to being attacked from both sides. Wang Lin would not gamble this kind of thing, he would rather take control of his own fate. I can't retreat. Wang Lin's eyes shined brightly. Instead of retreating, he stepped forward and appeared before the face. The layer of the stone on the face shattered and it was about to break free. The neck on the face twisted and was going to devour Wang Lin. However, a majority of its neck had been petrified. Although it was recovering, it still needed several breaths to turn its head. Wang Lin let out a roar. As the head was about to turn around, he raised his right hand. He felt a sharp pain as the yin blade grew 30 feet out from his right hand. The moment the yin blade appeared, the surrounding sea water froze. Die? Borrowing the power of the soul armor, Wang Lin roared and the 97 afterimages appeared once more. All 97 afterimages had red eyes and raised their yin blades. The moment the blade sliced down, the 97 afterimages formed 97 strikes that all fused back into Wang Lin. From a distance, a total of 98 blades seemed to connect together, forming a fan shape as they descended on the neck that connected the face to the seal. Thunderous rumbles echoed across the entire mountain sea. The neck connecting the face showed signs of collapsing. The rest of the blades followed and a shocking rumble echoed. The neck connecting the face was cut in half by the blade. The violent trembled from the bottom, causing the entire sea to rumble and forming a vortex. The sea dragon twisted its body, made provocative movements, and roared toward the octopus in some language only they could understand. It was unknown if the octopus could hear it or not, but from its wide eyes and the hidden sense of anger and madness, it seemed like it could hear it. However, the vibrations coming from the bottom of the sea shocked the sea dragon for a moment. It suddenly felt great danger and quickly escaped without hesitation. After it left, Empyrean Exalt High Z's body trembled and her eyes revealed a flash of coldness. Wang Lin. Empyrean Exalt High Z recovered. This video will end here.